Welcome back. My name is Corinne Phillips, and this is Fresh Pea Cooks. So I've been given a rather formidable task, and I'm calling it Operation Cody. For those of you who don't know, Cody is my brother, a fellow YouTuber under the channel name Wranglerstar. If you haven't seen his channel, you must. I recently was asked to be one of the keynote speakers at the Mother Earth News Fair. So he's going to be traveling around the country giving speeches. So I'm very proud of him. And he just returned home from Texas. And all of you Texans embraced them so open-heartedly and so fully and completely. We went to dinner the other night and they were just gushing about how loved and well received they were. So thank you for that. Thank you for embracing my family. It's really a beautiful thing. But all of that Southern hospitality came with a price because he returned home bigger. So that's where I come in. We were having dinner the other night and he said that he wanted to do, he was going to do a juice cleanse or something radical where he just wanted to drop the weight really quickly. Now I'll give you a little background on my brother. He and I approach food in very, very different ways, where I love the process, I love the creativity, I like the communion of it. He just wants to get it over with. And so I developed a program that will set him up for success. Now they're going to be remodeling their kitchen, so they're going to be without a kitchen, and he has a very physically demanding job. And so the protocol needed to have balance in it. It needed to have options for them based on what they're going through. Fortunately for me, I also get to integrate Mrs. W into this because they're not going to have a kitchen, and it's just a really hard time to kind of create two different meals. So she's agreed to be on board. So this protocol has been set up for both of them, and it gives her a little more flexibility because, like me, she likes food and the process. And so I wanted to make recipes that were delicious and fun and satisfying for her, and easy to eat stuff that's quick and no nonsense for my brother. I've decided on a 21-day protocol because it's been shown that 21 days you can effectively break or create a new habit. And so 21 days is enough time for our body physiology to change. It's enough time for our taste buds to respond. And it's enough time to really cleanse out your system and feel optimal. So I'm going to show you on the computer what I have done for him. And this is tailored specifically for their needs, but the information included is something that you can adjust for your own lifestyle across the board. So for many of you, you're interested in maybe breaking a habit. You're interested in integrating more fruits and vegetables into your diet. You're interested in having more nutrient-dense meals. You're interested in maybe resetting your taste buds. Now, when I start working with people and food, I always like to remind them that palate is learned. What we think we love, what we think we like, generally is something that's going on back here in our reptilian brain, telling us to eat calorie-dense foods like oil, carbs. We have a propensity for sugar and salt. And so manufacturers know this, and when they design fast food, when they design meals for chain restaurants, all of these things are generally really high in salt, sugar, and fat, because that's what our brain is telling us to eat. So when people simplify their diet, go easy on yourself, because palate is learned. So you're not going to go from something like a bag of Doritos and a burger for lunch and sit there and look at a salad and feel like you're being ripped off, right? Because you're like, it's not the same. But over time, over the course of a couple weeks, you will develop not only a more acute sense of smell, but an acute sense of taste. and your palate will change. And so that's what my hope is with this protocol, is Cody doesn't like food the way I like food. He doesn't like vegetables. He likes like basically everything I don't eat. Like white bread and meat and potatoes, and just a really kind of classic American palate, where I've got him eating nothing but whole foods, very few grains, mostly fruits and vegetables and nuts for 3 weeks. So it has to be good. So I'll show you here on my computer what I've done. We've broken it into 3 weeks, and for the first week I've created 5 days of recipes. The 6th and 7th day are free days where you can go back and revisit your favorite recipes from that week. After the course of the first week, he and I will sit down and we'll make a video, and we'll go through things that he liked, things that weren't doable, things that were doable. And the 2nd and 3rd week will be tailored specifically towards their daily needs and their caloric needs. As you can see here on week 1, I've broken it down to morning, midday, and late day. So when I talked to Cody and I said, how do you eat? What do you like to eat? He's like, I like to eat sweet things in the morning. So no vegetable juice right off the bat. And so that's easy. So I structured this though, so that the morning drinks were primarily sweet, but also had vegetables in them. So this morning's juice, the Jen's Cleanse, is apple, lemon, and ginger based. And the apple provides sweetness. The ginger and lemon are such strong flavors that it mitigates the greenness of that kale, despite having an entire bunch of kale. So that was my aim for the breakfast. Sweet, delicious fruit salads, things that are really yummy and easy to eat and approach in the morning. Now, for the midday meal, I've concentrated on fiber, whether it's a smoothie or a smoothie bowl or a salad, meals with enough sustenance to feel that you can get through the day. And then the late day meal is sometimes it was a soup, where in this case it's gazpacho that could actually be blended and drank, which is my brother's preference, or you can cut it up chunky and eat it as a soup. So I wanted that kind of flexibility in there because he and the missus approach food very differently. So this gives you the structure of the day, but I didn't want them to feel locked into a rigid meal plan. So I went ahead and made an alternative sheet. I have an alternative of sweet juices for the mornings, various recipes they can choose from, savory juices for the evening, and additional energy drinks or smoothies, or for those days when they're working really hard. I wanted them to be able to go in and just make something completely within the realm of their clean eating, but something that gave them a lot more calories and a lot more energy. And then I also put together some various hot drinks that I think are fun for like evening time, when you just kind of, maybe you're a little bit munchy or you're craving something and you just want something really nice and soothing. And so I've added a few recipes for really simple things, like a nut-based dressing that has no oil or additional vinegars or any bottled foods. It's just whole foods base. And some alternative juice combinations, flavor combinations. So if they're feeling creative, or maybe they're out of oranges that day and they want to make a different juice but don't really know what goes together, there's a good little guideline for them for that. And lastly, I put together a shopping list. So it goes through the first 5 days, exactly what they'll need. And I base that largely on what they already have, what Mrs. W has in her pantry, what kind of foods are familiar for them without getting too out there. There are a few supplemental foods that we'll need to go pick up. And so he and I are going to be shopping, and that video is over on his channel. So you'll get to see that at Wranglerstar. So this is kind of the overview for this week, and he and I will be getting together and doing an update for week 2 and kind of talking about the pros and cons. If you would like to join us, and for any of the reasons I listed earlier, I'm going to put all of this on my Facebook page, Fresh Princess. You can go over there. Under the Notes tab, you'll find each one of these files. And if you're not a Facebooker, contact me through YouTube. If you go to my channel page, you click on the About tab, you'll see my email address. Go ahead and shoot me an email and I'll send you a folder with all of this information. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you've done a cleanse, if you've integrated more plants into your diet, if you want to make changes but aren't ready for something quite this radical, leave your questions below and I'll try to do my best to get to all of them. If you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. And for those of you who are new to the channel, or those of you who've come over from Wranglerstar, welcome. I'd like to invite you to subscribe and join the best group of subscribers on YouTube. I'll see you in the next video.